Blessings to everybody. So we'll begin with some quiet meditation. Please find a comfortable posture, whether you're on a chair or the floor. Your number one aim is just to sit still for the next 15 minutes. Try not to move. I'm sure you've all done some meditation before, and you'll be familiar with the idea that it's something you train in or practice regularly to get the best results. It's not something you just do once. So in that respect, it's a bit similar to any kind of physical training, exercise, routine that you might do. Nowadays, everybody does different kinds of exercise, like Tai Chi or jogging or go to the gym. And you'll tend to do it repeatedly, often doing the same exercises each time. My teacher, Ajahn Kalyano, used to say, it's the same with training this mind in meditation. We need to do it often, regularly. But the one big difference is we're training the mind to become still. Whereas when you're training the body with exercise, you move around to help loosen up the joints and the muscles and work off some fat maybe. But with meditation, we're practicing mental exercise. And that's actually bringing the mind's energy, thoughts, perceptions, feelings, all the mental activity down to one place so that it's more under our control. So for that purpose, we usually have a meditation object that we put our attention on. So today I'll mention the breathing or the breath as the object. It's much the same with any other meditation technique or object that you use. Your aim is to pay attention or know the object. Keep it in mind by knowing it from moment to moment to moment. And this has an effect on the mind that it's not aimed to make you fall asleep or go into a trance. It's aiming you just to know one single thing, in this case the breath. Because normally, as you've probably observed already, our mind knows many things moment after moment, many different thoughts, feelings, sensations. We tend to have this experience of the mind running around or moving around from thought to thought, feeling to feeling, mood to mood, which can be quite mentally exhausting, confusing, and difficult for us in various ways, quite stressful sometimes. Whereas the point of meditating on the breathing is to bring attention just to one place. And from that, you'll find your mind actually calms down. The more that you're mindful or aware of the breathing, the less your mind is running around. The more you start to experience calm and stillness. So in that sense, training the mind is a bit different from training the body, but it's still something you need to practice, work with regularly. If you're brand new to the meditation, you also need to find a place in your body where you're going to put your attention over and over again. So Ajahn Kalyano, my teacher, used to say, well, take a few deep breaths to begin. Breathe in, Find that feeling at the tip of your nostrils first as the air rushes in. So you can take an exaggerated long breath to start with to help you find that feeling. Because it's a very subtle feeling. And if you're used to thinking and talking and doing things all day, your mind will find it a little challenging to find the feeling and be with that feeling or sensation of the breathing. So breathe in a bit longer and deeper than usual, so you really feel the sensation of air coming in at the tip of your nostrils. Then observe the air going downwards into your lungs, so your lungs fill up. They expand. And then the third point is the rising of your abdomen. With that in-breath, it rises up, the area below your lungs. And then there's a pause at the end of the in-breath. You have to be careful because your mind likes to fill in the blanks. So in that pause, it will start thinking, maybe, about other things. So you have to hold attention even through the pause, however short, brief it is. And then do the whole process backwards. So now you notice the abdomen falling with the out-breath. And the lungs deflate, shrink back. And then the air from inside the body comes out of the nostrils back into the atmosphere. Obviously, this is a vital biological process for life, for this body that we breathe in and breathe out. But unless there's a problem with your breath, like when you have a cold or something, you tend not to notice the breath because it's so subtle. So that's why you need to take a few deep breaths at the beginning of the meditation to help you find this feeling. And that in itself tends to calm you down because it brings all your attention to your body as you're sitting right here, right now. You know, we use this phrase, brings your attention to the present moment. You're knowing your body and your mind and the breath in the present moment because that's what you're paying attention to, or that's what you're knowing. But as you do this, you'll notice you can know the in-breath at the beginning. You establish attention there. You want to know the breath. You want to put your mind on the breath. But already in the middle of your in-breath, or before the out-breath is finished, you're thinking about other things and the whole object of mind has changed. Thoughts, images, memories, sensations, sounds, all kinds of things can quickly distract you. So this is why we have to train or practice, developing the ability to know one thing, the in-breath and the out-breath. And what will help also is to refine your awareness, or this quality of knowing, down just to one spot, one location. So having followed the breath in, watching the lungs expand, the abdomen rise, the abdomen fall, the lungs deflate, the the breath going out, you pick one spot just to focus on. So I would suggest the tip of your nostrils to start with, but the other places like the center of your chest or the abdomen are okay if you prefer. But now you pick your one spot and you keep returning attention, your mind's awareness to this one spot over and over again. So just like a carpenter with a saw, a handsaw sawing down on a piece of wood, although there's movement in the saw going back and forth, there's only contact at one point where the wood and the blade of the saw meet. That's why he can cut the wood. Similarly, you're aiming just to know one point in the body, one point of contact where the breath is coming in and out. And keep returning to know that over and over again. Some people will also recite a word to help. So Ajahn Chah said you can recite the word Buddho from Buddha, which means Puru, or the one who knows, or the knowing. Some people like to count 1 until 10, and then start at 1 again after reaching 10. Some people just like the silence, but you have to be very careful because your thoughts like to fill in the silence and take your attention away from the breath. Especially in the beginning, the breath can be so subtle it's hard to find, or it can be boring as an object. And also the power of karma. We like to think about many things. We react to many things. So if the breath is not very stimulating, we sometimes find we are bored and then even sleepy. Sometimes we're restless because we've accumulated worries and concerns about other aspects of life. All of these impinge on our awareness and they want to take the mind away to think about other stuff or react in one way or another, or just to fall into drowsiness, dullness. So your main task is to keep alert, which takes some effort, and to keep knowing the in-breath and out-breath as much as you can, as consistently as you can, but neither forcing it, so if you force it you'll become tense, neither being so relaxed that you just fall asleep or lose interest. You have to learn how to have the right amount of effort for you, for what you need at this time. So for the last few minutes of this meditation, I'll stay quiet and you can continue to put attention on your breathing. Try not to lose this quality of knowing. Or if you do find you've lost it, bring your mind back to the breath as quickly as you can.